just an introduction to what this breathing practice is. This is an ancient practice. So this dates back before there was modern medicine, and all we had was our body. How many people breathe? And you're in the right class. Breathing is an involuntary practice, right? This is something we have to do. And your breath is the first thing that happens when you come into this world. No. And it's the last thing that'll happen when you leave it, right? So everything in between is the life of our breath. You lose your breath, you begin to lose a component of that living, right? When you hold your breath, everything tenses up, everything tightens, everything begins to start to deteriorate. When you take a breath, everything starts to open and expand and heal and grow. So we are going to use ways, these are ancient ways that the breath was used to heal this body, mind, spirit complex. The breath brings the spirit into the body, and then the mind sorts everything out. So we got to have all three. So as we go through these practices, what you might find is your mind doesn't know what to do with it, because your mind's not a part of your breath normally. What we're doing is adding the mental component back into our breathing. We're directing it into our body, and we're bringing in that spiritual aspect that is who we are. And it's at the core of who we are as a being. And this is where healing starts. The moment that you think, I am more than a diagnosis. I am a being that can heal my own body through the tools that I was born with. This is the essence of healing with your breath. So we're going to start very simple with some of these practices, and then we're going to build on them. And as you build with them at home, you will see your own benefits. You will decide what works, what doesn't, what's easy, what's hard, what gets easier, what gets harder. And even that, overcoming those challenges of just focusing on your breath, helps build that mental stability that will then bring in the healing of your body. So this practice is called Pranayama. And in Sanskrit, prana means your life force, that thing that came in when you first took your last breath, that thing that will leave when you take your last breath. And ayama means to extend or to control. So in essence, controlling our breath is extending our life force. It's extending that animation. And we can make it dance in the body. We've let it misstep a few times. You might have some blockages already that you've built up throughout life. But in just 45 minutes, you will feel a difference in your body through your breath. Benefits, I put them on the back. You can read through them if you would like. We've got things like increased circulation. We've got things like increased oxygen in the body. We've got things like relaxing the anatomy of the body. Take a deep breath. Let's figure out where our lungs are. So sit up for me, find your feet. Good. Get your feet into the earth. And now take as big a breath as you can. And hold it. And now take some more. And now hold it. And now take some more. And now blow it out. We're going to do that 3 times. I want you to see where your lungs are. Inhale. Hold it. Inhale. Hold it. Inhale. Now blow out. One more time. Inhale. Hold it. Inhale. Hold it. Inhale. See if you can get some more. See if you can get some more. And exhale. Now, how big are your lungs? Okay. Are they only in the front of your body? They gotta be something in the back, right? Is there anybody feeling their back muscles opening up a bit? So the lungs are as big as this, right? You've got the apex of the lung that goes right underneath the collarbone. You've got this whole chunk of lung right through here, right? And then you've got the diaphragm. The diaphragm is this big vacuum that as you inhale, it flattens out, and as you exhale, it contracts in. That's why your ribs move, okay? That's why our back moves. So Most of us just take a normal breath. Do you feel the difference? Where does your body move when you just take a normal breath? Yeah, somewhere around here. Like maybe we get a little bit of movement. Most people don't even see their breath move, okay? So today we're gonna really work on expanding the capacity of how much lung movement you can actually get, how much of our anatomy we can move, and how much oxygen we can get in that body. Because remember, when we get oxygen in the lungs, we cleanse the blood, we cleanse the organs. As you cleanse, you begin to heal things that have been blocked up. So today's breath is going to be a really easy one. We are going to start with some stretches, kind of warming up everything. We're going to go into this breath. It's called the 10-10 breath. Have you ever heard anybody say count to 10 before you get mad? Yeah, okay, well. Here we are. And then we're going to follow it up with some mindfulness meditation. So I'm going to take your breath into a direction, and this is where we incorporate the mind more than anything. Okay? So let's start with some big stretches. So come to the edge of your seat so that you can really kind of ground through those bones. Yep. Put your papers down, make sure nothing's in your hands. And we are going to start with some of my favorites. So inhale, lift your chin. Find a circle to go to, and exhale as you move the head around and down. Inhale at the top. Exhale at the bottom. Inhale at the top. People forget that the anatomy of your breath also includes your neck. Exhale at the bottom. Inhale as you move around to the top. You can lead with your nose, you can lead with your chin, whatever feels good. You can make those circles as big as you want to. You can even incorporate all the way down into the lower back if that feels good. If you're noticing your neck is really tight, then take those breaths even deeper. Exhale at the bottom. Inhale at the top. Exhale at the bottom. Inhale at the top. Exhale at the bottom. Next time you're at the bottom, we're going to switch directions. So the other way with your circle. Inhale at the top. Exhale at the bottom. I want you to experiment. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Now inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your nose. Do that again. Inhale through your mouth as you come up. Exhale through your nose. Good, now inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Keep making those big circles, leading with the chin or the nose. Maybe you're starting to get a little dizzy. Good, all the way around. Exhale at the bottom. Good, in through the mouth this time. And out through the mouth. One more circle, in through the mouth. Out through the mouth. Oh, yeah. Okay, bobble your head a little bit. Bobble, bobble. Can everybody see me okay? Move around if you can. You're in charge of your chair, okay? All right, now, next thing, you're going to lift your shoulders on the inhale. And then exhale, drop them. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can get it really big. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your arms up. Find spirit fingers, spirit fingers, spirit fingers. Inhale through your fingers. As if you're inhaling through your palms, and as you exhale, close your fist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Try it with your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep your hands where they are, nice and wide. Inhale through the fingers. Now lift your right leg. Reach it out. Reach it towards me. Try to touch me. Can you touch me? Who's got me? Who's got me? Good. And then relax that leg. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Lift the left leg. See if you can touch me. Who's got me? Reach. 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 Good. Bring it down. Shake it out. Reach your right arm straight in front of you. Reach, 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 reach. Feel that stretch. Now left leg. We're going to activate the brain right here. Reach. Now inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Drop it. Left arm up. Reach, 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 reach. Good. And then,
my bad.
It's okay. Right leg. So it's opposite. Whatever you got. Good. Wherever you were, if you didn't do it, do the other one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You guys are doing great. I know. Inhale. Exhale. Just give it whatever you got. Whatever you got. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now take the knees and just move them side to side. Part of our diaphragm, if we're not able to breathe through the diaphragm, a lot of times it is this forward posture. So these muscles right here have to open up. If you start feeling a lot of movement right here, just know that the diaphragm doesn't get a lot of workout. That's why we're here today. If you start feeling a lot of tension right here, just know that the apex of the lungs don't get a lot of workout. Not a big deal. We're just playing around. We want to see what our bodies are capable of. Okay? So for our 10-10 breath, first thing is I want you to make sure your heels are grounded into the earth. Okay? It's going to give you a nice foundation. And with this breath, we're going to try to inhale to a count of 10. We've done this before in other classes, and we hit 10, and we were like, okay, that's enough, right? So here we go. We're going to inhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then exhale. Good. Exhale can be anything. Inhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. I want you to try to get as deep as you can. Inhale. Exhale. It's okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Take a little more. Take a little more. Take a little more. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Take it. Take it. See if you can get a little more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Make it a good one. Exhale. Okay, just so you know, lightheadedness is normal. Dizziness is normal. Dry throat is normal. We're bringing in more oxygen than we're used to. So you may even get a little tingling in parts of your body. You might even get a little bit of a mild headache. Just keep going with this, okay? All those things will pass. Remember that part of healing sometimes is introducing a little bit of discomfort back into the body. Everybody knows if you've ever been through an injury, there's a lot of discomfort as you're healing, right? So we want a little bit of discomfort because your inhale is that constriction and your exhale is your release, okay? So this time we're gonna add a mudra. So this is a hand posture. We're gonna take the hands like this and close them, okay? Now, for some of you guys, this is already gonna be a little tricky, but as you do each breath, you're gonna open one pinky. So this will be breath number 1 all the way through. Then breath number 2 all the way through. I don't care which hand you use, up to you. Then breath number 3. As we get done, we are opening the lotus, okay? And then we will open the other lotus, okay? This time, we're gonna do it with our eyes open. Round 3, we're gonna do it with our eyes closed so that you can feel the difference in your body, okay? These lotus hands can be rested on your lap if you choose. They can be lifted if that feels better. Find what feels good for you. Now, if putting them on your lap makes you roll forward, then I suggest keeping them up and open, right? Because we want the chest open while we breathe, okay? So here we go. Pick whichever hand you want and just start with me. Inhale. Keep it in, keep it in. Exhale. Next finger, inhale. Exhale. Next finger, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. I know 10 is a lot. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you have the available other hand, here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift that chest. Inhale. Exhale. Notice if it's getting easier. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last time. Hold it, take more in. Exhale. Now keep the hands open this round. Lay them wherever they need to. If it makes you roll forward, tuck your elbows back and get them close to the hips. That can help too. Good. We're gonna go for another round. Keep the hands open this time. Feel the difference of the energy. Close the eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Notice if you start off a little bit slower. Inhale. Exhale. Notice if you have a tendency to gulp in. Inhale. Exhale. Notice where your head is. Inhale. Exhale. Noticing where your shoulders are. Inhale. Exhale. Noticing where the tongue is in the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Now noticing the whole body. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And with your eyes closed, just scan through the body. Notice any sensations, if there's any lightheadedness, if there's any dizziness, if there's any tingling, where the breath naturally goes, where the breath wants to sit. Notice any tension in the body. Notice any stagnation. Where's the awareness of your breath? Notice what thoughts are naturally floating in and floating out. Good, and just float your eyes open. Come back to our space. How many people keep their tongue up while they breathe? You're thinking about what you're doing. All my overthinkers. So this breath is one that you use whenever you need to focus, calm your body, increase your awareness. So this is why it works really well when you get overwhelmed. You have that feeling of like, what makes us sick? Our mind. How many times have you felt anxiety when you start thinking and thinking and thinking and keep thinking and thinking, or think about a bad thought or a negative thought? That is what will make us sick. So, reprogramming the brain, 10 seconds. That's all you need, 10 seconds to reset the entire body. So now we're going to do another little mudra. I'm going to take you through a little meditation, and then I'm going to show you the incognito mode. Because remember, we need incognito because you can't always sit there and be like in the middle of a grocery store, right? So we need something that we can bring into our daily life. So our last practice that we always do is going to be daily life practice so that you can take this into the rest of your day. I recommend that the more you practice this in its full expression at home, the easier it will be when you need it in the moment. And the more accessible it will be. Don't wait until it's time for you to start healing. We want to be healing all the time. We don't want to wait till we go to the doctor for them to tell us you're sick. Nope, we've been healing all week. In this mudra, we're going to bring the index finger and the thumb together. Okay. Now there's two ways to do this. This is called the bird when you squish them. This is called the relaxed version. We have kind of like the okay. So you find what works for you. We had someone yesterday that they could not keep their fingers closed, and that can be anatomical, so don't worry about that. This mudra is a sealing mudra. It's called the chin mudra, and it causes the energy of our body as we're moving it to seal back into our heart chakra. And our heart chakra is the place where we translate from the lower chakras to the upper chakras, or the body to the mind. So we want to seal this practice in. And this, we're going to release the mudra again, whatever's comfortable. So if you want a more active version out here, if you want it relaxed on your lap, if it makes you kind of bend over, I recommend pulling it back towards your thighs. And if this mudra needs to be released at some point in time during this meditation, feel free to do so, okay? Just know that that means you need more openness and more expansion in this awareness than the cycling, okay? So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes again. Inhale to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time as you inhale, I want you to think of one thing that you want to bring into your body. Exhale. Inhale, bring that word, that feeling, that sensation into your body as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale, whether it's love or patience or abundance or care. Exhale. Inhale, bringing that thing in, letting it wash through the body as you inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Maybe each time that word changes ever so slightly as you feel your body say, I need this. Inhale, inhale, inhale. If it's healing that you're bringing in, inhale into the body where you want it. Where do you need this healing? Where do you need this love? Where do you need this peace? And exhale. Inhale. Bring it in. Let it wash through you. Let it move to the spots that you need it the most. Maybe it's in your heart. Maybe it's in your head. Maybe it's in your jaw. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Breathe that word in, that feeling, that sensation. Maybe it's expansion. Maybe it's loosening of the body. Maybe it's softening of the body. And inhale, inhale. Inhale, focus on this word, this feeling, this sensation. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. And as you exhale, let anything else go. Inhale, breathe it in. The word, the sensation, the feeling. Wherever you need it, is it heat? Is it cooling? Breathe it in, send it there, and then exhale. Again, breathe it in. This time expand on it, feel it, deepen it. What is this word for you today? Breathe it in, breathe it in, tell it where to go. And then exhale anything you don't need. Good, 2 more rounds. Inhale, breathe it in. What is it? What do you need today from this group, from this space, in your life, in this moment? Inhale it in. Inhale. 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 And exhale anything that doesn't help this, that doesn't serve this. Last time, deepest breath of all, breathe it in. Breathe in this sensation, this feeling, this word. What do you need in your body in this moment? Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Hold on to it, let it wash through, let it permeate every cell of the body. And then exhale anything else. Good. Now with the eyes closed, just let that energy work for a minute. Let it settle. Did you send it to your hips or your jaw? Was it behind your eyes? Squeeze that mudra. Take those fingers and just squeeze them together. Seal it in. Let it reverberate through the body. Noticing your breath. Noticing that word. Maybe the sides of your mouth just slightly move up. Good, and then open the eyes as you take this mudra and we kiss finger, or you can kiss your heart. And seal that into you for today. Know that you can seal it whenever you want, whenever you need, whatever it is. And as you release your fingers and release anything else, exhale out. Good. We've got one more practice for you guys today. We did this last class, but we're going to do it again because it's so much fun. I'm going to ask you to open your eyes big. If you wear glasses, keep them on. We're just going to see how well those things work. If you don't have glasses, we're going to see how well your eyes work. I want you to get your eyes as wide as you can. Okay? Now, you're going to find a point to stare at somewhere along this wall that does not move. As far as you can look. If you're in the back of the room, you got a little advantage today. Find a corner. Find a spot, find something that you can stare at intensely. Find something that maybe has a little bit of detail. And stare. See if you can keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes wide. And with each inhale, we're going to bring in a little more detail of that thing that you're staring at. So inhale, bring in a detail. Tell your eyes what you want them to do. Exhale. Inhale, get a little bit sharper. Define it a little bit more. Tell your eyes what you want them to do. Exhale. Inhale, open the eyes wide. Find that little spot. See if you can make out a little bit more definition on it. Exhale. Inhale, tell your eyes what to do. Tell your eyes to focus. Tell your eyes, just like a camera lens, to adjust. Bring in more and more detail. More and more light. Exhale. Inhale. Widen the eyes. Keep looking at that thing. Keep looking at that thing. What is that thing? See if you can make out any more details. Exhale. Inhale. Tell it to focus. Tell it to focus. You might notice your focus is going in and out and in and out. And exhale. Last time, you're going to breathe in, focus. Breathe in, focus. Breathe in, focus. Tell your eyes what to do. Widen your eyes. And exhale. Blink. Now we'll take our hands in front of us. Warm them up like Mr. Miyagi. Good. You know how to do this. Use any part of your body. Good. 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 Get them nice and warm, nice and warm, nice and warm. Good. Then tilt your head back slightly. Place your hand over your eyes. And breathe in. See how you naturally just did that? And then exhale. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And exhale. Good. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Keep it coming. And exhale. One more time. See if you can go as long as you can. Inhale, 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 inhale. When you think you've had enough, see if you can take a little more. Take a little more. Take a little more. And remember how big the lungs are. Inhale, 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 inhale. Blow up your whole body and exhale. Whew. Release the hands. And now squeeze your eyes. Squeeze them shut. And then release. Whew. That's your little healing eye exercise. Best to do in nature. because you got all those little tiny leaves and branches. And if your eyes are watering, you did it right. We want that moisture to come back to our eyes. When we look and really tell our eyes to focus, focus, focus. That's what we're doing. When we're trying to read, when we're trying to look at something, we're telling it to focus, focus, focus. But we haven't practiced it, right? Just like our breath. If we want to heal something, we want to practice it. So just looking at a leaf, sitting out there in nature somewhere, see if you can use the breath to focus, 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 focus. Even if it becomes a little bit clearer, I promise you, the next time you go to read something and you tell your eyes to focus, focus, all of a sudden you're like, do I need my glasses? So don't be afraid to put down the glasses and see if you can just get a little more focus each time. Just like illness comes from repetitive thoughts, repetitive, I can't do this, I don't know how to do this is too much. Healing is the same way. Healing is backing ourselves back out, remembering how strong we are, remembering our body, remembering our anatomy, and remembering that you are your breath, and your breath is you, and you're a body, a mind, and a spirit.